This is the lens that kickstarted my full-time videography career. It was my baby, my comfort zone, my go-to workhorse lens. And then I sold it. Let's go! The 18-105 GOSS lens with the max aperture of f4 is the lens I had my eyes on when I first started my videography journey. Now fast forward, it's been 6 years as a videographer full-time and I just sold it. So here are 5 things you need to consider before buying this lens. Amazing zoom range. The 18-105 with the crop factor makes this a 27mm to 157.5mm, which is crazy because I've heard some people consider this a telephoto lens. With a constant aperture of f4, this lens will keep your exposure consistent while you zoom in and save some time from readjusting your other settings. When you're shooting events like weddings, you want things to be as efficient as possible. Price point. Now this is considered a budget lens. Now I was able to find it on Amazon for $748 Canadian, while on Facebook Marketplace for around $450 to $540 Canadian, with bargaining space of course. So in terms of getting a multi-purpose lens at this price, you're getting so much value for the build quality and image quality. Now side note, I've been using this Sony a6500 with this lens and the collection of sample footage is real life client shoots. So be sure to subscribe and give this video a like and let me know if I should do more like this. Power zoom. I think power zoom is a great thing for people who use gimbals or any type of stabilizing tool, because having a power zoom means that you won't offset your balance or wear off the gear mechanism inside the gimbal. Power zoom on this lens is also very smooth, so you're able to create that zoom in, pan out effect straight from the camera. Aperture of f4. So before buying this lens, you have to understand an aperture of f4 is not the greatest for indoor shoots unless you're able to set up lights for every single shot. It's not ideal for run and gun type shoots because of unpredictable lighting. Along with this exposure, the bokeh is not that strong either. But this is to be expected for lens at this price point. Optical steady shot and weight. This lens has built-in stabilization and it works great. Actually, I think it's the best feature on this lens because I was so surprised at how stable it was when combined with my gimbal. Speaking of gimbal, this lens weighs at barely over 1 pound, so my old Z-Hun was able to balance it with no problems at all. So this used to be deemed as the one lens that could do it all for the Sony a6 lineup. But since the release of Sony's 16-55, Sigma 18-50, and Tamron 17-70, this has lost its meaning as a workhorse lens. So to maximize its potential and quality, this is what I would suggest you use this lens for. Outdoor daytime shoots or indoor sets where you can control the lighting. It's too heavy for a vlog lens and the aperture is not wide enough for run and gun. I've personally ran into issues where I couldn't use some of the footage doing run and gun music video because it was too grainy. And that limited my editing choice, so we had to reshoot some of the stuff. At the end of the day, I see this as a stepping stone lens where you work with it until you can afford a wider aperture mid-range zoom glass. You just gotta get the right tools for the right job at the right price. So make moves based on your situation, but never settle. And that's the reason why I sold this lens. I hope you guys appreciate the honesty and the sample footage in this video to help you with your decision. I'm gonna do a video on what I replace this lens with next.